Tonight, Wink investigates why a contractor who took money to rebuild a house after Hurricane Ian but never finished it hasn't made good on their promises. Thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Lois Tomey.
I'm Chris Safadi. We've had a tough time getting answers for more than a year on this, but we kept pushing. And now with the case headed to court, we're hearing from the couple that owns the contracting company under oath.
If you remember Joe Salvaggio's story, you likely remember it because of this moment.
I want to die. I told you before, I'm without hope anymore. No, I'm old. I'm 84 years old, and I have nothing to look forward to.
That was more than a year after Ian, in a Wink News story, sitting in what was left of his Fort Myers Beach home. Last fall, Salvaggio gave me a tour of the place, fixed up and finished, thanks to the community's reaction to our story. He marveled at the parts that were preserved, saved from the wreckage of the storm.
I have a statue of 4 poker players. That's an Armani statue of the cheaters.
Happy ending, right? Well, not quite.
He took my money, admitted he took my money, told me several times he's going to pay me back, and it never came to that point. He always has an excuse.
Salvaggio is suing his original contractor, not the people who did all this beautiful work, but the ones who first promised and were paid to do the work. We're hearing their sworn testimony in depositions.
So you don't know where the money went?
No, sir.
That's Edward Beebe, the licensed building contractor at ENBS Painting and More, who made a deal with Salvaggio to help him rebuild. Under oath, this year, he said he didn't know where Salvaggio's money went. But in a 2023 interview with Wink News, Beebe told us expired insurance checks, Salvaggio's bank's approval process, and a problem coordinating contractors were the problem.
I'm not out to hurt anybody. I never have. I don't do that.
A copy of their signed agreement attached to the lawsuit, pulled from court records, shows things like framing, demolition, and much more, totaling $120,000. Salvaggio gave him $40,000 to start and says he didn't get much for it.
I'm not afraid. I want justice.
Beebe's wife, Nadine, who does the company's books, testified in her deposition that the Lee County Sheriff's Office showed up demanding they pay the money back.
The first face-to-face that I recall, the 2 women showed up and basically said, if we do not provide the money immediately, they're going to file paperwork so they can come and arrest us.
Okay, and what was your response to that?
I'm doing my best.
But that, Salvaggio says, hasn't gotten him anything. No money back and no one arrested.
The state refuses to sign this warrant that's been issued for his arrest.
Salvaggio's attorney, Robert Goodman, says with the Beebe's admission that they didn't pay the money back, he's amending the lawsuit for punitive damages, which could make the verdict much more expensive if the Beebe's lose.
And they admitted that they were going to refund him for the work that wasn't done because they didn't do much.
Salvaggio's lawsuit says he's owed more than $26,000 back from that original $40,000 payment.
Was the refund ever provided to Mr. Salvaggio?
No, it was not.
To which Salvaggio has just one question for Nadine and Ed Beebe.
I would just ask him, why did he do this?
Andy wants to know why no one will prosecute. As of now, the state attorney denied the arrest warrant, saying that the Beebes returned permit money and there was no evidence they deliberately took the job knowing they wouldn't do the work. But we've confirmed with Economic Crimes at the Sheriff's Office that they're still following up, and they say this is an active case. In their initial response to the lawsuit, the Beebes deny all the allegations. They also wouldn't talk to us on the phone or otherwise. So bottom line at this point, the lawsuit appears to be headed towards civil court.
Just worried about Joe. Always worried about Joe. He had such highs and lows that
Yes.
You're always worried that he's going to be low again.
He has a community taking care of him.
That's great.
So he should be okay, but yeah, we'll see how this works out.
Yeah.